You can perfectly read sheet music, striking every pitch, and still sound like a robot. Composers bridge this gap using Italian instructional words. These performance directions inject personality into the math, turning a rigid sequence into something that breathes. Looking at this glossary of standard terms, we find legato, which translates directly to smoothly. Think of it like a python gliding along the staff. When you play legato, every note connects seamlessly to the next, without any break in the sound. Performance terms dictate the character of transitions, allowing musicians to shape notes with human intent. Moving to the next section of the glossary, we find the exact opposite behavior, staccato, which means detached. Instead of a python, picture a tree frog leaping from point to point. You strike the note and release it immediately, leaving deliberate space before the next pitch begins. Applying that short, detached articulation instantly gives the melody a bouncy, urgent feel. It proves how a single word on the page dictates the emotional impact of a phrase. Looking further up our list, we come to a term that governs weight, pesante, meaning heavy. This requires the momentum of an elephant. Every single note requires deliberate downward force, striking the instrument with a pronounced, grounded physical presence. Playing heavier doesn't automatically mean playing louder. The goal here is physical mass and deliberate intention behind the attack, giving the music a feeling of scale. Our next term, found here at the top of the glossary, deals with a change over time. Accelerando means gradually getting faster. Like a cheetah, you start at a measured pace, compressing the time between notes until reaching a sprint. So if you see this behavior, starting slow and building speed, what term is the composer using? Accelerando. Mastering this instruction lets you manipulate the audience's sense of momentum, turning a static loop into a narrative journey. In actual performance, you rarely rely on just one of these techniques. You have to combine them to overcome complex musical obstacles. First, you might need to apply immense weight to establish a new foundation, a pesante strike. Then you need a smooth, unbroken phrase to bind that structure together, using legato. As the momentum shifts, you build your speed gradually through an accelerando to push through a transitional phrase. Finally, you execute short, detached jumps to navigate the most intricate rhythms with staccato. Musical expression relies on these interactions, where different instructions work together to communicate a specific mood. Let's review our map. Legato means smooth and connected. Staccato is short and detached. Pesante brings heavy force, and accelerando means gradually getting faster. There are dozens more of these instructions to explore. Visit the SuperClef website to discover the rest of our glossary and continue your music theory training. Music functions as a language, and learning these performance directions is a vital step in expanding your expressive vocabulary.